So I made it to Colombia and immediately I am stoked. I'm near the town square, which is stunning. Let me show you that. No. It's gorgeous. This whole city is gorgeous so far. The architecture is stunning. Definitely, I'm thinking 18th century, a lot of it. Nice marble. Museums are everywhere. It's just, you kind of come in here and you're immediately taken back, which is what I've been looking for on my trip. I didn't really find that in Ecuador. Ecuador is a big disappointment from my point of view. It was okay, but it didn't really have anything special there, to be quite honest, whatsoever. Just kind of like a notch on my belt. So I'm happy to be here. Got to walking a little bit and it's fucking gorgeous. Just stunning. A lot more people though, like there's more of a culture of people will ask you for money, where I didn't really see that in Ecuador. Definitely had a bunch of people say, oh, like, give me your money. I'm like, nah, you can fuck off. Because that's what you need to do. People think it's rude, but quite honestly, imagine walking and every few minutes someone's like, give me your money. Where I'm from, you get knocked the fuck out. But yeah, we're like, look at this cobblestone. Just beautiful. It's everywhere. Nice older homes, like, oh, beautiful older buildings. Well, we're gonna get to museuming, so onward and outward. We are at the Museum of Modern Art. I just finished some KFC and now I'm watching a naked woman pour tomato sauce all over herself. One of those days. This museum is predominantly surrounded upon like second wave feminism for equality, so it's the way she goes. Watching a video, they're all upset. Anyways, it's a pretty cool little museum. They have some little stuff here and there. It's nice. They've asked people to write down the history of Colombia this year in their own words for a record, and this is what they came up with. There's been a lot of turmoil recently, so it's interesting to see all this. So there's a feminist artist and she has a whole floor to herself pretty much. So here's some of her work. Here's some modern European art they have. It's supposed to be like odd objects. I'm no artist, but over time, I'm not a fan of modern art museums. I find most of the art is simplistic stuff that I could do with my cousins, you know. It's just a matter of putting a meaning behind it. When you get to kind of the older art scene, like that's some hardcore stuff. Like I've seen some pretty cool things done 600 years ago. In that museum itself, it's cool to see some feminism being expressed in Colombia, seeing that, you know, like women actually are repressed here as opposed to North America where they're not. So that was cool to kind of see some impacts and hear the story about how 7 soldiers had attacked a 7-year-old girl, which was that art museum kind of exhibit. But outside of that, it's rubbish. That's how I feel about that. Onward to other museums, I suppose.